Now, the Dallas Cowboys is probably one of the most polarizing organizations in the NFL, and every single year they seem to make a decision that leaves us questioning and pondering what they just did. And they did it again over Thursday night draft when they decided to take guard Tyler Booker out of Alabama over what they needed, which is another wide receiver, Matthew Golden. I'm here, Stevo Speaks at NFL Central, to tell you why that's a mistake. But y'all gotta hear that music first.
Welcome to your number one spot for all NFL news and content, NFL Central.
Thank y'all for tuning in for another episode of NFL Central. Is one of your hosts here, Stevo Speaks. And I won't be here before you long. I'm just gonna get straight into it. Like I said in the beginning, before you leave, make sure you like and subscribe. But just in case you do forget, make sure you like, subscribe right now so you don't have no problems. But let's get straight into it. Now, we all know, like I said in the beginning, we're going to be talking about the Dallas Cowboys and how I felt like they made a mistake of choosing Tyler Booker over Matthew Golden, the wide receiver out of Texas, as their first pick. Should have been their 12th pick. Now, if for some that might know me, it might not know me. It might be kind of strange hearing you say that I'm upset with them taking offensive O lineman over a skill position player, because I've always said no matter what team is, or no matter what the position needs is, you can't go wrong improving your O line. The O line, the trenches on both sides, whether it's the D line or the O line, is the most important positions outside of the quarterback position. Even though I feel like it's still a little bit more important, but that's another story for another day, another video for another day. But yeah, um, I let me just, before I start talking about how much I don't like the move, let me tell you why I understand it. I do understand the fact that y'all just lost Zach Martin, Pro Bowler, maybe future Hall of Famer and guard, one of the best guards to ever do it. And you need a replacement. Zach Martin just retired after over 10 years of playing. And it's going to be difficult to get somebody of that ilk back into your organization as an O lineman. But Tyler Booker is somebody that not only is he similar to him in size, but he's similar to how he played. The nastiness, we all seen the excitement that he had when he got drafted. He ran down the whole the whole towel, like the whole all the way to the stage. So you could tell his excitement for this team and how he really wanted to be there. I'm sure they probably had good messages, good meetings throughout the whole draft process. So I understand it. Y'all needed a guard. Y'all just lost the guard, so you replaced the guard you just left for the near future. That could be Tyler Booker could be your guard for the next 10 to 3 years, whatever. 10 to 3, 10 to 15, my fault. But yeah, I understand that move. So when they first said, I was like, yeah, let's get it. But why I don't necessarily like it over picking somebody over a Matthew Golden. One thing we know about this organization, even though we know Dallas does a lot of questionable things and a lot of things we don't necessarily understand at the moment, and it still hasn't paid dividends. One thing we all can agree on is they can find a fucking online. They just have a history dating all the way back to the 80s and 90s that they just know how to get a line together. And that's the whole line. They've had a historic lines over the multitude of years they've been a part of the NFL. So one thing I do know is one thing they can do is scout a O lineman, and they can bring another one in. So me going into this draft, I didn't think necessarily addressing your guard out of all the people in your online was the choice to go with. I felt like the more glaring issues with the Dallas Cowboys was the offensive side of the ball, whether it's y'all need a run game or y'all need another wide receiver to put next to CD, which I'm going to allude now. I felt like Matthew Golden was the perfect guy to put next to CD. If you paid attention to any Dallas games last year, it was very easy to pick on and single out CD and kind of take him out the game, because for the most part, we knew that was their only real severe threat when it came to the wide receiver position. And we all know when Dak gets healthy, that's his number one target. We know he gonna be looking for CD, and CD gonna be looking for him. And when it comes down to it, especially the division they in, the players the teams they're gonna go up against, you need somebody on the other side to take some pressure off CD, so you can make this offense just a little bit more fluid. I will also say they could have gone and get a running back. I think ever since they lost, they running back Tony Pollard, even though it was kind of their own dude. They just haven't been the same. The offense has been shaky. We all know that Dak was dealing with an injury last year and was out for majority of it. But at the end of the day, I really thought they was going to, with this 12th pick, they was either going to address the running back position and most importantly, probably the wide receiver position. I think Matthew Golden was a perfect person to put next to him. They do things a little bit similar, but due to his frame and what he likes to do and what he's good at, I feel like Matthew would have been a perfect comp next to, or a perfect partner, I say dance partner next to CD. You can't take your eyes off of both. You got to pick your poison. And when the offense have that, and when DBs see that, that puts you in a certain space, because you got to pick and choose. You can't like you did last year. You can't just set your eyes on CD, lock him down, and know, okay, this offense ain't gonna do shit else. If you lock down one, somebody else gonna be open now. Now, with this being said, yeah, you're giving Dak Prescott more time to make better decisions, but at the end of the day, he needs somebody for the ball to go to. And CD and they tight end is not the only is not the only people that they need that needs to get the ball. And defenses know that. So just me being just based on my opinion, yes, was the Tyler Booker pick necessarily a bad pick? Nah, I ain't gonna say it's a bad pick, but I feel like the wide receiver position was more of a need based on the glaring issues on the offense that you was having last year. So yeah, that's all I came to really say. Most importantly, I want to hear y'all thoughts. I want to hear the Dallas Cowboys, Texans, all y'all thoughts. What do y'all feel? Do y'all feel like Tyler Booker was the best choice, or do you think they should have went to go get Matthew Golden? Like I said, I understand Tyler Booker, future. Even though Matthew Golden still would have been your future, but you got your guard for the next 10 to 15 years, bearing injury. So yeah, I'm gonna see if it works out. But like I said, in my opinion, and y'all gonna see on this thumbnail, I think taking Tyler Booker over Matthew Golden was a mistake. And and the tape is gonna show, the teams and this season is gonna show us. So we gonna sit back and watch. And if I'm wrong, I ain't scared to say I'm wrong. But as of right now, I think I'm right. But make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Thank y'all for tuning in for another episode. And it's been real. I'll catch y'all on another video.